What is up, everybody? Welcome to Show and Tell After Dark, where we talk about all things art, all things music, all things Boston.
Yes, sir. Come meet the family.
If this is your first time listening to it, welcome. What's up? Thank you for tuning in. If you've been with us before, welcome back. We appreciate you for tuning back in. Today's episode is gonna be about your girl Tam, baby.
Yes. Hello, hello.
Tam. And
So
we got
happy to be
Darren
here.
today. Darren, so Tata's is out.
Hey,
We got our friend. What episode was you on?
I've been in a few.
Yeah,
I've been
you
in a
have,
few.
you have,
I've
you
been
have,
in
you
a
have,
few.
you have, you have, you have, you have.
I'm recurring character.
What's up? Tonight's not about you.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Tonight is about this wonderful lady next to me, Tamara.
Yes.
It's all about your girl Tam. Tam, what's up? What's your name and where you from?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tam, born and raised Worcester, Mass.
Vibes.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Shutting down with
Thank you
y'all.
for being here.
Of course.
It was cool getting here.
It was cool. Not too
It was
bad.
windy today. Was it windy in?
It was.
Yeah, it was so freaking
It
windy.
was. It was really
My
windy.
son was walking here, almost fell over by the wind. The wind almost knocked my baby over.
Yeah, no,
It's
it was really
crazy
windy.
today. So Tam, what's up? What is your discipline?
I'm gonna say entertainer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say entertainer
I like
Why
that.
entertainer?
I like that.
because I did poetry, I did choir, I did step, I did dance, I did theater, stage presence. That's more. I guess that encompasses everything that I do. So I'm gonna say entertainer.
I really enjoyed that answer you had. Because that kind of segues right into one of my favorite songs of yours that I heard, which was called Multifaceted.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You listen to it.
Yeah, no.
I'm excited.
That's a joint right there.
Yeah.
So
What do you like about it?
Well, as I was telling Shane earlier when I heard it, I was like, yo, it kind of got like a West Coast bop to it.
Okay.
It kind of reminded me of like Snoop a little on it. I was like, okay.
I'm messing
she
with
was
that.
kinda
I'm messing
bopping.
with
She was kind of
that.
bopping and vibing on that. You feel me? So like,
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
it
Is that what you intended to have, like that West Coast type of vibe?
No, I didn't, but I know it was real cool. And you know,
Yeah.
people say the West Coast is more cool,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
always so like East Coast bars. It's more
That
cool.
energy of just like vibing.
So
you
yeah, it
feel
is
me?
a vibe. It's more of a vibe.
For sure.
So yeah,
What made you make that song? And then is it because of that prior answer you gave? Or
definitely, absolutely. And I was also thinking of like, you know, when I do an EP, what would I want it to be
I
called?
love EPs.
You know,
Yeah.
and it may not be called that now, but I was like, I'm multifaceted. And I heard the beat, and this is how I know when songs are like meant
Mhm.
to be like the way they are, because I heard the beat, and just for the chorus, you know, when you listen to music, you know when the chorus and the hook,
when it's
you
supposed
just
to
kinda-
hit. Yeah.
I don't know it, but I just know when I hear it.
Right.
It had the perfect amount of like letters for me to spell out multifaceted. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. It just went perfectly.
Right. It's the
So-
little things.
Yeah.
It always is.
So that like that natural bounce and like tone in your voice, like, did you have to learn that? Like, how long have you been rapping for?
I've started officially releasing music last year, like
Last year.
officially.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So my
Wait,
actual
during the pandemic.
no, not 2020. I mean, it was still
okay,
it was still a
2022,
pandemic.
In 2022.
But
Okay.
yeah, like this
Okay.
week was like the first week I dropped my first single. So it's been
Okay.
like literally a
Congratulations
year.
again.
But I've been making like music, songs, little rhymes since I was like 8 or 9. Something me and my little cousins would do.
Okay.
But the sound,
Mhm.
I want to say that I'm still getting in that, but it definitely is like coming more to me because you know you want to like have that rap voice or like how you gonna spit. So it's definitely something that I'm also learning.
It's like building your comfort zone.
Yeah,
on music,
exactly.
you know.
It's so different when you're just writing it because I'm
Mhm.
so easy with that. But performing it and recording it, you kind of have to hit a different level that I'm still getting.
So you said performing your rap voice. How was a rap voice different from a singing voice?
I'm not a singer, so
So you were a rapper.
yeah, I used to write. You know, little kids. I feel like all little kids think they could sing.
Yeah.
So I would
Hell
still
yeah.
write songs, but I guess when I'm talking and when I'm, you know, writing, it's different than like when you're about to perform. You're like, okay, you saying it with a little bit more like,
Yeah.
You know, it's
You
not you're
have
not about
to.
to just be talking and spitting your bars. You're gonna really say it.
Right.
So getting more comfortable with that, like, all right, Smith, if you're gonna spit these bars, you
Yeah.
better say it with your
They say
chest.
They say when you rap, you better
Yeah,
spit it like
so-
you mean it.
Yeah, so I'm
You better
getting a
make
little
everybody
better
in the
with
room
that.
believe what you're
Exactly,
talking about.
That's right,
exactly.
that's right.
So yeah, your stage name, your girl Tam. Is there any special story behind that? Is that something your friends anointed you, or how did you come up with that stage name?
I love that you asked me that because since I used to be rapping, you know, with my friends, kind of gimmicky, like, oh, Tammy T. Like, it wasn't a name, but it was just what they would be saying. But I was like, I want a name that sounds so natural that it may not sound like a stage name. And I used to do like for fun my own little like vlog videos and things on my Snapchat, and I'd always be like, "Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Tam." It was just an intro.
Yeah,
wasn't the name.
It flows, baby.
And I was like,
stuck.
I'm gonna do your girl Tam because I want something that if I'm saying it, it's just natural.
Right.
It's not this name that I'm trying to like work up to. It's something that's already mine. Like it's just how I talk.
Right. So great.
That's why I said your girl Tam.
Right. Your sister described your energy as, what did she say? I'm trying to remember what she said. By the way, Tam's sister is Mother Mac. We had Mother Mac on the last episode, right? It was last week. Yeah,
That's
that was
hard.
last week.
Yeah.
That was last week.
That's
She
my
said
sister.
that you were more like, she said she was the mean one that came off as nice, and you were like, she was the nice one that came off. She was the mean one that came off as nice, and you were actually the nice one. Do you consider yourself like a nice?
I would actually say that. I think that's well, in comparison to her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say she's mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's going to you're gonna feel a way about her
Yeah.
more than me, because she's like, if she got something to say, like she gonna say it.
Yeah.
And I'm like that too, but she's a little different with it. Like there's no like trying to work. Like how do I want to? No,
Yeah.
she know exactly how she gonna say it, and you're not gonna like it. 'Cause
Mhm.
she's most likely the one that you're not gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
And I have resting bitch face, so sometimes
Yeah.
I'm just.
Might just look a little
There.
mean, but
And it's really just me existing. Like as
Right.
weird as that sounds, I'm just here. Like I'm not thinking anything.
for sure.
But people are thinking like, oh, Tamara got an attitude. Tamara thinking, and then they meet me. I'm like, oh my god, hi, and they're like, oh wow, hi.
Right.
So it's different. But I would say that I
Got
would.
like a flower blossoming type of energy.
Yeah, I just be looking though. So sometimes people think I'm mean, but I really just.
That's their own insecurity. They're projecting.
No, I think they
They're
are.
projecting. They're
Can
projecting.
I just chill sometimes?
Right.
Let me kick
They're
back.
projecting.
Let me
Right,
kick
sometimes
back.
I'm just chilling.
Completely projecting.
So you are a fairly new artist in terms of releasing music to the public now, even though you've been doing it basically all your life. Do you think it's difficult for people to take you seriously, especially since the people you reach out to are probably people you know? Like, your music's gonna reach people you follow and stuff like that on your Instagram. So those are people that know you in real life. They knew you before you were your girl Tim and you were just Tamara to
Right.
them. How was that like? That back and forth of like, this is what I'm doing now. Address me as your girl Tim, not Tamara.
Right,
You feel me?
right.
Like,
That's right.
I definitely feel like people probably didn't think I was serious. Not that they weren't taking me serious, but they probably didn't think I was serious. And even some of my friends, like my friends from school that are here, like they knew like, oh,
shout out to the friends.
Tamara, like, because we went to college together, you're late, you're rapping, you're chilling. So they knew
Right.
like, I really, really want to do this. But my friends back home, they were just like, what, Tamara? Like, really? But one thing they know about me is like, I'm like a little obsessive sometimes. So I like to not perfect stuff, but when I'm on something, I'm like really doing it.
You lock
So
in.
I feel like when I dropped my first song and they seem like, oh, you're dead ass.
Right.
They're like, oh, Tamara's serious with this. Because they'll sometimes tell me, be like, all these rappers that come out Tamara, like, you be doing shoots and you be like going to things like this. And they're
Yeah.
like, you're like really on it.
You have
Because
to.
I'm not someone that's going to do something and do it half-assed.
That's right.
I'm just not going to do it at all.
That's
but
right.
if I'm going to do it, I'm going to really do it. So
That's right.
they know that about me. So once I did that first, like, because I did a photo shoot before I dropped my first song. So they were like, oh, Tamara's like not just dropping music on SoundCloud. She's like really easing into this and
That's
doing
right.
this. They definitely started taking me a little bit more serious.
That's good. Because it's definitely hard for, up and coming and independent artists that don't have that push,
Yeah.
You're just trying to do everything. You're wearing all the hats. So that's good that,
I say that I'm multifaceted.
you-
I say that.
hey,
Wear different hats because I'm an artist. I
you
say
get
that.
me? I hear that. So I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit now. You feel me? It might be a little bit of an uncomfortable question, but I'm gonna have to put you on the spot for the city.
Okay.
What do you feel about Massachusetts in the music scene? Do you feel like this is somewhere you can make it as an artist here?
I feel like I can have a good come up here. Either, rather that be like maybe a discovery here or just having a big following and people at least knowing my name here. I definitely think that. Like one thing about me, I do love being from Mass, as corny as people say Mass. So
Really?
I really do, because I'm always gonna rep like I am who I am because
Right.
of where I'm from.
Right.
Heard
So
you.
if Mass is so whack, then that means I'm a lame ass bitch, and I'm not.
Mm.
And I'm not. So it can't be that lame because it's breathing people like me. I'm serious.
Right. I feel you. I know
So,
exactly what you
and I
mean.
think I know mad talented people out here. Do I think in the media, like music industry, there's like a huge representation for Mass or even New England? No,
Yeah,
but can that
definitely not.
change?
Mhm.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people out here doing great things. So
Yeah.
people gonna see. Like I think I really truly in my soul believe like Mass. People are gonna be like, oh shit, you from Mass? Like it's about to be a thing.
And you gonna wear that? You gonna wear
Yeah,
that?
and I'm gonna be like, I've been saying I was from here. Y'all was lying, saying y'all from New York. Like I've been saying it.
People come from all over, literally. Like people film movies here. Like I always say,
Yes.
like I'm from Georgia. Like people come from the ends of the other earth to send their kids here. It's not for no reason.
I
You
thought
know
you were
what I
from
mean?
Georgia too. You know what's so funny? Because
Girl,
I thought you were. Yeah, I thought you were from Georgia. I really thought you was from Georgia too.
But no, Boston, and I've never been to Worcester. I have a good friend that's from Worcester. She goes all the time. But like you said, it breeded you. I'm up here. I'm at these dope people. You know,
Right, can't be
artists.
that bad.
Like if you have that intention and you have that drive, like you initiated this. You know, ain't nobody else said, "Hey Tam, like let's do this." You initiated this, so that's really all that you need to have is the intent, and
Right.
to literally network, to keep having the personality that you have.
That's
and
first and
just
foremost.
keep doing what you do, and believing in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Believing in yourself, that is the most important.
I
Because
agree.
if you ain't gonna believe it, how somebody else
Someone
gonna
else.
No one's
get there?
going to exactly.
Yeah,
I totally believe in that.
you could do it, girl. I believe in you.
Thank
Hell,
you. I
whatever
believe
you
in
need
me
me to do.
too. I really do.
We friends now. We locked in, baby.
Yeah.
That ass.
Vibes. So let's talk inspirations, musical inspirations, or art in general, anything, because seems like you pull from a lot of places.
Okay, I like that. So I don't have to box and just rap.
So you don't got to box it just
Never,
music.
Okay.
But obviously, it definitely wants you to talk about some music. But
course.
definitely, you could let us know from any genre or.
I'm gonna talk about music, but I'm
form
gonna
of
start
art.
with different
Yeah.
artists. I'm a huge Beyonce fan since I was a
Beehive
child.
in the building.
Really?
Beehive
Since I
in the
was a
building.
child, absolutely.
Interesting.
And it's her as an entertainer.
Yes.
It's not just her as a singer. It's not just her.
Yes.
And like I said, entertainment, I feel like it's more my thing.
Yeah.
Beyonce's gonna get on that stage. She's
Mm.
not just gonna sing. She's gonna put on a huge show and she's
Right.
gonna dance her
Right.
butt off. How can you not be inspired by something
Right.
like that? Because I want to, make music that people hear, but I love theater. I'm
Mhm.
minored in
too.
theater. I've been doing
Mhm.
plays since I was in elementary school, and I also, danced my whole life. And I want to be able to perform my music,
Mhm.
but do it while people, you're listening to it, you're seeing moves, you're seeing a show, like it's like this entire like ambiance type of thing.
Mhm.
So Beyonce is definitely one. Lil Kim, especially musically, though that's not my era, my aunts always play like Lil Kim
Yo,
and
she's a
Eve.
beast.
She is. My
That little
aunts
body
always
going.
played her. And you're young, so you're not supposed to be listening to that type of
Right.
stuff. But little kids are nosy, they want to know what people are saying. Like, well, what
Yeah.
does she mean by that? So you're looking stuff up. And
Right.
then, so I wasn't listening to her myself without them playing her. Nicki Minaj, of course. I have
Mhm.
vivid memories of being in the backseat of the car listening to Your Love and just thinking Nicki Minaj was like, so cool.
Yeah.
Because she was so and she's so theatrical. And I
Mhm.
think that's what I loved about her as well, because I did theater, my first play when I was in 3rd grade. So I like seeing people, kind of acting all like.
So there's like a common
Like-
theme here of like you like people
Who are kind of
who
all
around, like
yeah,
a full
not
around
just
entertainer.
one type
Yeah.
of thing.
Like personality, they show personality. They
A 3-dimensional.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because that's kind of how I would describe myself. I would never describe myself and say that I'm just like a dancer, because I'm not. I wouldn't.
Right.
I would say I'm an artist or
Right.
like an entertainer.
So you don't ever think there's gonna be a time where you just release music and disappear?
Disappear? No, I don't
Nah.
think so.
What you mean disappear?
Yeah.
Like, cause like for like Summer Walker, for example, I think she's someone that kind of embodies that of like, hey, I got a song coming out, an album coming out,
I see.
and then
She's out for the promo.
she give y'all
She
your
get back.
her little post,
Yeah.
maybe like a little show here and there, and then
Yeah.
like she's gone.
If I'm on that level, I could see myself doing something like that, because sometimes, like I said before, I just like to exist.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so I
I
could see,
feel
but
you.
but
As opposed to
If
like
you
a
gon-
Beyonce, she gonna do Coachella. She
yeah,
gonna
but
do the
Beyonce
Super Bowl.
disappears too.
She does.
She
Beyonce
gets
don't
low.
even do
She gets low.
interviews no
She
more.
gets- she gets low.
She stopped that. So
Yeah.
like something like that, yeah. But you gotta
But then she'll
work
hit you with a
yourself to
documentary. Or
yeah.
something
So I like
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. But you gotta work
Yeah.
yourself up to do some stuff like that. Because if I'm disappearing, people might not notice I'm gone. 'Cause I ain't make that. So you ain't got no time to disappear right now.
Right.
But maybe if I'm like a Beyonce, yeah, I might just want to chill with the kids once in a while.
I heard you. I heard you. So you got a song called, and it hurt my soul to hear it a little bit. It's called "Fuck Niggas."
Yeah.
So just elaborate on that a little bit. Talk to me.
I'm gonna keep it real simple.
What was the definition of a fuck nigga though?
You know what's funny though? It wasn't even me saying you're a fuck nigga.
It's
it was
fuck
me
niggas.
just saying fuck niggas. You see,
Oh,
not
okay,
you're a fuck nigga, but fuck niggas.
Okay.
But I guess it could be both. But it was really
what we did.
It was really Junior Mafia's Get Money.
I know.
It started as a freestyle.
Yeah.
That I was like, nah, I gotta record this because these bars are too hot, but I couldn't, use their sound because I don't own that, so I had to find a new instrumental for it.
Correct.
So, and I called it "Fuck Niggas" because it's that Get Money, fuck bitches, fuck niggas.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. But I agree with the title. A lot of like that. I wrote that freestyle. I wish I could lie, but I cannot. In like maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and it wasn't because I'm
That's
so
hard.
beast at writing.
Yeah,
it's not that.
It was
it's
just coming off the
because
page. It was
no, a nigga got me tight.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The pictures out.
Yeah.
Write this
So
down.
it was really like coming because it was in the moment.
Yeah.
Because in the song, there's a part where it's like, and all I want to say is fuck niggas, and that was the end. But I added to it and dropped a sorry nigga if he acting funny, and I kept going because it was like, oh, you got me tight. Oh, okay. So I kept going, and all the songs that come fast to me, it's usually like
Shit that got energy behind
in
it.
a moment. Yeah. Other than that, I'm probably just sitting down and like, what I want to say.
Yeah.
But it's like weird times, like Multifaceted too. That came mad quick to me because I was really in that bag at that time.
So he violated, huh? Because like I said, I heard that song and I was like,
yeah, he got me tight.
Shit.
He got me tight, so I had to talk some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He heard it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I think he said it was good. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, you slid. Like, but I'm not gonna lie, he probably didn't put two and two together that like you are the fuck nigga.
Right.
But he did hype it. He was like, oh, you hard. Da, da, da. He probably low key was like, I don't know.
He did know. Maybe he caught that vibe.
He probably did. We won't talk no more. So.
Okay. Anyway, what is your process for writing? Like, do you like you got to smoke a little something? You read a book? Like how do you like ease into it, or is it that you feel something and you just go?
I come up with like maybe a bar a day. My notes, I had to make a whole folder for my notes called bars just to throw it in there. And like one of my friends know because we used to have shared notes, and it's just randomly like I might see something and think of like a metaphor or simile for it and be like, oh, I could spin that and say it like this. And I'll just write literally the bar in my notes and I won't touch it again. And I hate that because sometimes I'm like, you should have finished that, but it kind of comes in handy because my first song, there was a huge part left, and I was like, oh my God, I don't feel like writing nothing. And I had perfect amount of bars, and I was like, oh, that goes with it. And I just put it together. So a lot of the times it's not written straight through. It's a bunch of random
It looks
bars.
like we got something in common.
Yeah, it's literally notes.
Boy, you
just
got a lot of stuff in there, my guy.
Yeah, and it's stuff from long time ago. Like I have stuff from in high school. You know your notes. You just write how you feel. So my writing process is like that. Random stuff.
So how do you feel about women in hip hop? You think it's easier to grow in the genre nowadays because of like all of the shining acts we have, the Megs, the Tierra Wax, Rhapsodies, like there's so different many flavors of female rap now? Or do you think it's harder now because the standard has been set? So like there's been a benchmark that, it's like the Nickies, the Cardis, there's like a standard now. Like just like there's a hierarchy in male rap, Biggie, Tupac, Jay, Nas, there's that tier, that S tier. The women have formed their own S tier.
Yeah, I would say there's a hierarchy within women.
Do you think that made it easier or harder?
I don't think it's any easier. You know why? Because Nicki, who is, people will say, and I agree, queen, definitely running it. People disrespect her. Where is the hierarchy? Like usually you're supposed to respect the one at the top, but people don't. And I'm not even like in the industry, but even just me being like a female, I've wanted to like work with certain producers. Like I already peeped that people are like treating me a little different. Yeah, absolutely. Like either you're not returning something, like you said you're gonna give it like 2 weeks, but I noticed you busy working with somebody else, so you kind of trying to, and then I gotta hit you with because I'm not scared to be annoying. Like, what's up? How's it going? But it's like this is my stuff. I want you to take me seriously, or I'm going to the studio and you got me waiting there for an hour, or and it's like I want to say specifically being like a black woman at that, majority of the times if I felt treated differently, it was probably because like I'm black. But like these, and not just in music, just ever, right? You know, but specifically being treated maybe differently because I'm a woman, like usually it's always been black. I've never growing up at least put like, wow, woman, that's like, because it'll be by black people, but it's like more so because I'm a woman, which I want to say majority of my experiences have not been like that. It was probably just because I was black. But now it's like, oh dang, like it's because I'm a woman. Really, is that too? Because look at me working with black people. But it's not that they're necessarily being rude, but I can definitely like tell, like, dang, like this industry, like, and I'm like, yeah, especially for women, like people aren't taking you as serious. You know, they think you're like playing, or they're just even beats. Like you hear a lot of female rappers talk about how like maybe a guy won't want to give them a beat unless they want to chill with them and hang with them, like little stuff like that. Like you heard people rap about it, but I don't know how like true that be. But like even like local people, like all of a sudden you had to be ready for me, but I said I didn't want to chill no more. Now you ain't got the beat. Yeah, and I'm like, dang, this is what they be talking about when they say that. It's like just a little bit of what I'm sure they deal with on a daily, being like really, really in it. So it is like
sturdy work,
really annoying.
Sturdy work.
So I don't think it's any easier because though it's a hierarchy, everybody's getting like shitted on in the hierarchy. Yeah. People talk about Cardi. People disrespect Cardi like crazy. People talk about Lil Kim. Yeah. Even
to this day.
Yeah, even to this day, even people that are supposed to be like, you know, big hitters in the industry, black men, you would think like they're the least. Be like, oh, chill, you know, don't disrespect someone that's supposed to be like here with it. But no, they'll indulge in it. Yeah, exactly. But then when it's like the rappers, like the male rappers or certain rappers, like you don't disrespect them. Like everybody knows that. But like the female rappers, you could talk about Nicki, and how many male artists or even male celebs are going to like defend Nicki on a public platform? I haven't seen it. Even some of her Young Money crew, I haven't seen it publicly.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say even outside
definitely.
Music. Yeah.
I never, because I'm not in the music industry. I never really thought about it like that before.
And I'm just getting a glimpse. So this, I'm sure, is even
surface,
worse.
Scratching the surface. Yeah.
Yeah, and I peeped it, and it don't discourage me or nothing, but it's kind of just like so this is why some female rappers gotta move the way they probably move. You really gotta be about your business because people are gonna be trying to play you.
I was gonna ask you, like, how would you see yourself like getting around that? Like, do you feel like you have to be like set up prior? Like, do you feel like you need to have like certain systems in place? Do you feel like maybe you could have make a fake email that you're actually running that is like a guy that you're maybe pretending to be? Or do you feel like you just go in straightforward, be yourself, and just deal with it?
I am who I am, yeah.
Right. So I've definitely thought about it because I have a lot of like, you know, especially, as I'm planning on, you know, growing within this, I have a lot of older male cousins that are like really, really big with music. So I've definitely thought about like, you know, if I have things I have to go to, like definitely have
them reach out
more family oriented. I don't know if necessarily them reaching out, but definitely them knowing that sometimes, as dumb as it sounds, I feel like when people know that you have, you know, male family, people that will like go for you, they're not going to try to maybe play you or take advantage of you because they know you have as what they would see as like a strong foundation. So I've definitely, because a lot of my family is from California and then they're still out there, and a lot of my older cousins, they're all males, and I'm sure like if I went out with them type, you know, shit, and I had to do something, people aren't gonna, the way my male cousins are looking, people aren't gonna try to play with them. Versus me, especially the way I'm looking, maybe being like, oh, this girl, she don't really know what she's doing. So I mean, I don't think it hurts being surrounded by just family, but people that also are like older than you and probably male, because it's a male-dominated industry.
Like love and guidance, you know.
Yeah.
So what are some of your goals musically, short term and long term?
Short term, I would definitely love to drop a project this summer, whether that be like
EP, LP.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely want to drop something along with some visuals. Like I love doing visuals, more so videos than photo shoots. I like both, but I definitely love doing videos. Long term, I have so many long term goals.
That's good.
Yeah, but definitely just continue getting better, growing in my craft, you know, and gaining some, I don't want to say attention, but really making some noise and people know who I am.
Notoriety,
And, yeah, and growing. And if that eventually means I'm like moving out of Mass and maybe going towards bigger cities, then I'm all for it, you know?
Ready, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm trying to make my stuff here.
Right.
You know?
Concentrate the energy.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
So like I said, I heard some of the music and seems to have a lot of up tempo, you know, bop vibes to it. Do you have a comfort zone when you make music, or is that your comfort zone of that, you know, 808s, you know, kind of a bop, kind of a vibe, or do you kind of feel you can do anything, or will you break out of a certain sound? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, do you, like, you know how some artists, YG is always going to sound a certain way, or like, you know, you have a certain artist, Uzi's going to always sound a certain way, but then you may have an artist like Drake that you may not never know what his next song is going to sound like. Do you see yourself more in that vein of, I want to never be comfortable making music, or do you think you have a sound and it's infectious and I'm going to stick to that sound?
Absolutely. I definitely love to try out different sounds, and that's something I've been also thinking about, trying to release more music in the summer, because I love so many genres that I love to like I always think of Drake when I think about this, because I love that he did his Afrobeat, he did his dancehall, he did his like urban Latino music, and I love that because I listen to all those genres. So I'd love to make music within all those. I feel like I wouldn't say the comfort zone, but I definitely think I have a way of writing. Like I have a lot of times certain like wordplay that I kind of use the way I write, but I feel like it can be applied to slow or fast music, because majority of the time when I do freestyles, I notice it's more slow. I don't want to say poetic, but it's definitely not like the 3 songs that I've
released.
It's usually not like fast. It's more like I did a Rhapsody freestyle, so it had a really Rhapsody vibe.
That's out, or?
No, it was kind of like a freestyle I just posted. I didn't like officially like record it or drop it or nothing. So a lot of times I'm just like freestyles like that. It's stuff like that.
So have you received any hate starting music? And if you did, how'd you deal with it?
Well, there's this kid from my city that I went to school with, but I didn't know he did music. I posted that in music on my Facebook, and he had messaged me, letting me know that he also does music. So my sister ran into him somewhere. Like, I've never had this conversation with him. And I guess he throws shows or something in the city. My sister was like, being my sister, like, oh, yo, you know, my sister's nice, like, when you're doing these things. And he sort of was telling my sister, like, I gotta hear more from her. I don't really think she's it. Like, my sister was like, yeah. Wow. My sister was like, who's determining who's it? Like, is it just you because you have one sound? And he was like, me. My sister was kind of like, well, who are you? Type thing. And it definitely, I wouldn't say it was like hate or nothing, but I definitely like wrote a freestyle in like 10 minutes because, like I said, it's always something that gets me. Yeah. That I actually did record, and I didn't say no names or make it seem like it could be directed toward somebody, but it's more of if the shoe fits. But there was like really cool bars in there, and I recorded it, and I plan on dropping that too. And it's not like a diss or nothing. It's just a hard freestyle that could be applied to anyone hating. He so happened to be hating type stuff, but I wouldn't say. I mean,
so for the most part, it's been kind of positive.
For the most part, it's been like I've had one of my friends' boyfriends was kind of like, oh, why did you do that freestyle? Like, I just feel like men maybe not questioning like.
That's what he asked you. Why you did that freestyle?
No, he asked my my friend. I guess I had posted my Get Money freestyle before I changed the beat and everything, and I guess when my friend had told me, he felt like I probably didn't do the song justice, or like, and I'm just. It didn't make me feel nothing because it's kind of like who are you type thing. Yeah. And he's, you know, also someone that's like more quiet, reserved, which is fine. But if I'm putting myself out there, someone that maybe don't have as much courage to do that can't tell me nothing about that. So I just didn't really feel nothing. It was like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But I feel pretty confident in what I do. I feel really confident in what I do, and
you should.
I don't really question like what I'm doing, like because I know that it's taken a certain level of like courage to put yourself on a bunch of platforms and do all these things, because there's a ton of people that would want to do this that probably are scared to do it.
For sure.
Social anxiety, all that.
Absolutely.
All that.
So I feel pretty good.
This is just a little piece of what's to come, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't deal with this, then you probably shouldn't be in this type of industry.
Exactly. I totally
because it only gets worse.
Absolutely. No one is going to like not everyone's gonna like you in anything.
Right.
There's people that literally hate Beyonce, which
Right,
blows
right,
my
right.
mind.
Exactly.
It does. It does, you know? So
Hey, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not for everybody. But
I won't
that's what
be.
makes the people that are attracted to you your
Yeah.
fans and your supporters.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Target audience. What is your target audience?
Say anyone who wants to listen.
Yeah, I can't think of. I
What's
guess
your
I would
music
have
for?
to say. I would say anyone who's anyone that's confident and wants music that's gonna make them say like an age or an age range or gender. I wouldn't say anything like that. It'd more so be like, I want people to feel good listening to my music. So if you listen to it and you're either hooked to like what she said, or you're hooked by the visuals, because a lot of the times like visuals is gonna captivate somebody, or you're just hooked by the beat and you want to listen and you're like down for it, then it's your type of music.